What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Lead From Here podcast. I'm Jason. Today we're going to cover a topic that can kind of rub people the wrong way. People tend to latch on to their core top performers. And it's important to take care of your top performers. But if your top performer is also very much a team player and doing all the right things, a lot of people are going to go like, this guy's amazing. Don't mess with him. I agree. If they're a team player and they're building your team up and they're making them better, that is fantastic. A team player that is a rock star is the best. It's the best case scenario. Now, the catch is that you need to make sure that that person is not being used as a crutch. Because if they're being used as a crutch, it puts the rest of your team in a position where they're going to be set up for failure. If you're giving all the most complicated work and the hardest tasks and the high priority items to your top player, and you're kind of like just giving the low-hanging fruit to the rest of the team, at some point that top player is going to go on PTO, get moved to a bigger project, leave the company, God forbid. There are so many things that could go wrong in a scenario if you're not utilizing your team player correctly, your top player, your top dog. Like, that person, whoever that is, needs to be, one, managed well, because you want to keep that person. That person's a top performer. You need to make sure they stick around. You don't want them to leave. You don't want them to get burnt out, but you also want them to be able to coach and create opportunities. Now, that might not always work, because just because somebody's a team player doesn't necessarily mean they're a great mentor. Usually they go hand in hand, but it doesn't always mean that. So it's up to you to understand the strengths of your top performer and understand, like, there's going to be situations where they're not cut out for it. They're not cut out to do that. So when they're not, it's up to you to create opportunities for your people on the team that are not your top performer. And sometimes that's going to be taking some of the complex work away from the top performer and letting some of the rest of the team do it. And basically what that allows you to do is create confidence in these other team members. So if the top performer goes to another team or leaves the company, you have people that have experience in that space. If you don't do that and they leave, you have put yourself in a situation where it will take a significant amount of time, like months and months and months, for your team to recover to where it was, if it ever even can, without bringing another top performer that can learn quick and build out. Like, there is so much risk in not getting people involved. And we'll talk about succession planning another time, but a great succession plan is very important, one. Two, making sure that all your team gets equal opportunities within reason. If you have a brand new employee that is brand new to the company or brand new to the role, the type of role, like a new developer or a new salesperson or a new anything, you gotta kind of cater it, right? You can't be like, hey, here's the hardest piece of work we have to this brand new person. But at the same time, you can't just give it all to the top performer, because you stunt the growth of everybody below that top performer from a skills perspective. So make sure that you're creating opportunities for everybody in the team, because if you're not, like, you are ultimately going to kind of shoot yourself in the foot, because there's no way to build a team around one person. It doesn't matter how solid they are, how strong they are, how hard they work. At some point, they will either reach burnout, frustration, or just they're so great they get an incredible offer to work for some major tech company. So it's not an easy conversation. It's not an easy thing to do, because there's a lot of hand-holding that needs to happen and make sure that all the work is being divvied out correctly. But it will pay dividends in the long run. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Like, if you don't take care of it now, it will become a problem. So take care of it. Help your teams. Help your top performers, because ultimately it will help your top performer. They won't feel like they're the go-to all the time and feeling like they're carrying all the stress of the team and carrying all the weight of the big stuff. It allows them to share that load a bit and also feel like they can take PTO without having to come back to a pile of work. There's a lot of benefits. So that's about it. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you're able to create space for your team players, because it's really important for them to be able to grow on their own while also helping them kind of create their own autonomy to be able to take PTO, to take time off, to take opportunities within the company to do bigger and better things. Because if they're stuck and they're the person that always does it, they won't get those opportunities. Or those opportunities will come and you'll have to turn them down because you're not in a position to help them, because you didn't help the rest of your team. So I hope that you action on this. I hope this was helpful. This information was good. If you have any questions or anyone want me to go dive any deeper on any of this, or you have specific examples, please hit me up, jason@leadfromhere.co. If you like what you're listening to, you like the information, I appreciate a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Take care, everybody.